wouldn't mind if I had someone come with me to work the camera with.
Yeah. Whatever you want to do, man.
I had some friends asking me
Sure.
if I needed help, so it's like,
If you want to do that, I'll get you a second mic.
oh really? I've got another mic at home. So
You got one to go into that?
yeah, I don't have a cord, but I've got.
I'll get you a cord.
Another mic, yeah.
Yes, I bought a Dazzle Home Edition DVD, and the computer does not have a CD input on it to run it. So I'm wondering if there's somewhere I can download the Dazzle, the Pinnacle Studio. What's that? I have a Dazzle CD, Pinnacle Studio for Dazzle. The computer does not. Yeah, the computer does not have a CD input into it. So I'm just trying. I mean, I've got the product code and everything. I'm just seeing if there's somewhere where I can download and enter the code without a CD. I'm sorry, can you say that again? Okay. An email. I haven't put an email in. Can I just give you an email then? Because I can't register it because I can't put it in. Okay. It's Kendall, Kendall, at Kendall at W as in Walter, T as in Tom, X as in xylophone, Y as in Nancy, yellow, 1540.com. What's that? Rob Kendall. It is J as in joke, B as in boy, U as in unicorn, A as in apple, K as in kite, dash, A as in apple, D as in dog, B as in boy, A as in apple, A as in apple, dash, B as in boy, P as in Paul, P as in Paul, P as in Paul, P as in Paul, dash, N as in Nancy, E as in eat, A as in apple, A as in apple, I as in ink, dash, F as in free, N as in Nancy, F as in free, L as in love, V as in Victor. So they're going to send. Okay, thank you very much. All right, bye. All right, you too. Thank you. All right. Gonna run this out to Best Buy real quick. Worst case scenario, they'll send me a link and we'll install it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Is this pretty charged up?
Should be.
Okay.
Do you
Got
can
power cord. I'm gonna try
Yeah.
to make sure you understand. That's all right. All right, brother. You can start whenever you're ready, man.
All right.
You are connected.
If they start lining up tonight,
And welcome to the broadcast of today's game between the Avon Orioles freshman team and the Ben Davis Giants freshman team as well. Avon varsity so far on a 2-0 winning streak to start off the season, while the Ben Davis Giants are sitting currently at 1-1 after taking their last defeat to the Avon Orioles. And right now we have number 21 back deep to receive the opening half kickoff. That's Mason Donnell. And now Avon has it all teed up, ready to go. That's number 18, Carson Homer. Homer raises his hand, and he sends it away. We are underway here from Avon Stadium. Donnell gets that reception, brings it up midfield, and now he's got some daylight, and there he goes. He's got a blocker up front, one man to beat, and he nearly beat him. He's down at the 35-yard line. Just about the 34. Good return to start off the game for the Ben Davis Giants. And the kicker had to bring him down on that one. That was Homer who kicked it back to him. He was able to make the stop in between number 52. That's Caden Matting, who brought him down just before he could take it in the end zone. So Ben Davis will start the drive at the Avon 35. Ball spotted at the far side of the 35. Going gun formation. Two receivers near side, one far side. Two receivers split out wide on both sides. Avon showing pressure coming. They run up the middle a little bit with Donnell. And he goes down just before he could get a couple yards on that play. It looks like he picked up about 3, so it'll be 2nd down and 7. Offensive line of Ben Davis crashed immediately, and the defensive line of Avon was able to get some pressure in there. Donnell Mason still in the backfield. They're going with that shotgun formation yet again. Ben Davis, quarterback, high snap for him. He's going to keep it himself. Quarterback draw. He goes back up the middle of the field. Now he cuts back out to the left side, and he is swung down by an Avon defender. That is number 8, DeAndre Davis. And there are 2 flags that fly in on the play. One flew in at the line of scrimmage, and then one flew in at the backfield. Reese Hardesty, the quarterback for Ben Davis. A high snap to manage, and he had to tuck it in and then get up the field to avoid the crashing defenders. And the outside linebackers of Avon. He's able to scamper ahead for a couple yards. There's holding called on Ben Davis. Also a face mask called on Avon. Penalties will offset, resulting in a replay of 2nd down. So no gain on the play and no loss of yardage on the play. 2nd down and 8 for Ben Davis. They break huddle. Got 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Pistol formation for Ben Davis. They're going to take it back. Back to that. Back to the 33-yard line of Avon. Gun formation again. Hardesty in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Play action. Pressure coming immediately from the Avon defense, and they get to him. That's number 5 of Avon. That's Hudson Millard. Get in there and crash the quarterback for a big loss to set up a 3rd down. The offensive line of Ben Davis has not held up well here to start off the game. Big kick return by number 21, Donnell Mason, to set up the 1st down, and now they're facing, looks like, 3rd and 14. On shotgun formation, they're sending the 3 receivers to the far side. Avon going up to the pass protection here. Play action for Hardesty. Hardesty has to backpedal, and he fires it to where there's no one. Incomplete, resulting in a 4th down. So the Avon defense comes up big with a big sack on 2nd down to set him back to 3rd down, and then they force the incomplete pass off the pressure. Sack set up by Hudson Miller of Avon. So back 4th and 14, looming for the Giants. With 8:01 to go in the first quarter, still 0-0 score. 4th and 14 to go. Ball on the 39-yard line. They're going to go for it here. And a high snap, and it's over the head of the quarterback. Harsty tries to kick it, and Avon will recover it. Good pressure from the Avon defense to force the turnover. They will take over 1st and 10. Ball will be spotted at the 46-yard line of Ben Davis. 7:55 to go. The Avon defense getting pressure here early on the Ben Davis offense. So Avon will come out with Cale Payne, starting quarterback for the freshman team, and also number 7, Justin Browder, in the backfield. Payne, shotgun formation with 2 receivers to the near side and 1 to the far side. Shotgun snap to him. Play action, pressure coming immediately, and he's going to be sacked. That sack set up by number 44 of Ben Davis. He's not listed on the roster, but credit to him for getting in there off the edge in his outside linebacker spot and immediately getting pressure on Cale Payne. Big loss on that play of about 10 yards, be 2nd and 20. Ball spotted on the opposite 45-yard line of Avon. So for a drive that started at the 46-yard line of Ben Davis, they set it back to the 45 of Avon. Man in motion for them. Payne takes a snappy little bit of a misdirection handoff, and up the middle, barreling through the defense, Justin Browder, and he nearly broke away again. Big gain on that play to get back to the original down marker and also pick up an extra yard. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Avon Orioles. Good running by Justin Browder. 6:37 to go in the opening quarter. 3rd and 9 for the Avon Orioles. Payne in shotgun formation. Browder to his right side. Man in motion for them. They hand it to him. He's got a blocker out front of him. He cuts back to the middle of the field to the hash mark, and he is dropped. That's number 11, Jake Leeper of Avon. He nearly picked up the 1st down. It's going to be 4th and inches. Very close. It's like they're going to give the Avon Orioles a 1st down. So to avoid going 3 and out after first play where Cale Payne was sacked by number 44 of Ben Davis, the unlisted man on the roster, they eventually pick up the 1st down. Some good running from Justin Browder, and then the handoff to Jake Leeper on the end around. Snap to Payne. He hands off to Browder up the middle. Goes barreling through the middle of the defense, tries to get into the secondary. He's going to pick up about 4 yards on that play. Be 2nd down. He's wrapped up and brought down by number 50. That's Philip Dumas of Ben Davis, the big man on the defensive line. There to try and stop the run. So Payne in shotgun formation. 3 receivers near side, 1 far side. He's going to pass. Tries to get his wide open man on the screen route. That's Brendan Chris. He's unable to snag it with his one hand. Resulting of the play is a 3rd down. It's like they're going to call timeout. Trying to bring everybody together to settle down. So with that timeout, we'll take one as well. You're watching Avon Orioles freshman football here on Audio Sports Online. State Bank of Liston, serving you across Hendricks County and Boone counties. Count on us for your mortgage loan, home equity, and banking needs. Mention this ad and get a free gift when Avon wins on Friday nights. Visit us at www.statebankofliston.com to see our bank dog, Charlie, welcome you. Avon football is brought to you by McNamara Forest. McNamara Florist has been Indy's hometown florist since 1954, providing home, business, hospital, and funeral home deliveries of outstanding fresh arrangements and plants throughout the greater Indianapolis area, including Avon. Welcome back here to Avon High School, where the Avon Orioles are on the march. They're facing a 3rd down and 5. They picked up the first down after nearly being held to a 3-and-out on their last few plays. And this time they get the end around. You got a blocker in front of him. Sheds a tackle and down the sideline into the end zone. Touchdown, Avon. That's number 11, Jake Leeper, on the end around to get there to the pylon. And he puts Avon on the board first. Good running by Jake Leeper. He had blockers on the edge. That play nearly worked earlier. Cut back inside to try and outrun the Ben Davis defense, and he wasn't able to do it. But this time, they give it to him on the opposite end. They give him a little bit more field space, and he makes the most of it and leaps into the end zone. So the extra point coming for Avon. That PAT is up. And it is good. So Avon, with 4:52 to go in the opening quarter, they strike pay dirt. 7-0, the Orioles on top of Ben Davis. Well, the Ben Davis defense was all about stopping the run up the middle of the field. They gave up a lot of yards on that opening drive of Avon. They had the sack earlier that set Avon all the way back for a loss of 10 yards, so they faced a 2nd and 20. Then they got all the way up to a 3rd and 9, and then they get a first down play from Browder, and that kept the drive alive. So then they try to do a couple of end-around plays to Jake Leeper on the jet sweep. They go to the opposite side, and it works for them this time. So here comes number 18, Carson Homer, to set up the kickoff after the score. And the outside pressure has been key for both teams so far on defense, trying to crash the quarterback in the pocket and keep him contained. They've had everything shut down to the outside so far except for that time for Ben Davis. They gave up a pretty easy one there to Leeper. Let's see if the Ben Davis offense can respond after going 3-and-out on their last possession. Donnell has it. Inside the 10-yard line, tries to make a move on his defender. He is dropped at the 20-yard line. Avon kickoff team covering well, and the Ben Davis offense will take over 1st and 10. Led by number 11, Reese Hardesty, who's already been sacked once in this game, and then a mishandled snap that caused a turnover on a 4th down play. Here comes the offense of Ben Davis. They're going with a shotgun formation this time. First and 10, Hardesty in the shotgun, man in motion, nearly misbobbled the snap, and he tries to hand off to his running back. That's Delijah Marks. He gets dropped in the backfield for a loss after he tripped over a defender. That'll be 2nd down. It was like a loss of 4 yards on that one, so 2nd and 14. All spied about the 16-yard line. Going with the same formation again, gun formation. 2 receivers near side, 2 far side. Avon showing man-to-man. Shotgun snap to him, looking to pass. He's too short on that one. His intended receiver, number 88. It's also an unlisted player on the roster. Wasn't quite able to get there. And the pass from Hardesty just a little too short. So sets up 3rd down and long. Avon defense holding strong here so far. Hasn't given up any first downs up to this point. They've held the Ben Davis Giants on all 4 downs. See if they can hold them again here. Gun formation again with Hardesty and Marks in the backfield. Shotgun snap, 3-step drop. He's got a man wide open, and he gets it behind the Avon defense and down the sideline across the 50. Stiff arms his man, and he's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. On that reception, number 3 of Ben Davis. He's also an unlisted man on the roster. A lot of unlisted players on the roster for Ben Davis. Nevertheless, a good pickup, and Ben Davis picks up their first down of the game. And it's a big chunk of yardage to set them up in enemy territory. 1st and 10 with Hardesty. Spot that ball at the 42-yard line. Gun formation, he takes a snap, and off right up the middle and up the gut. Number 12, Elijah Marks. Good strong running there, trying to shift his way through the defense. It'll be 2nd down and 5. So far, Ben Davis trying to march downfield. 2:48 to go in the first quarter. Still going shotgun. Love that formation with a split wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Running back set up to Hardesty's right. That's Marks. Oh, and they catch the Avon defense jumping off sides here. That's a free 5 yards. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be a 1st down for the Ben Davis Giants. And it is. So Ben Davis just gets farther into enemy territory. They're marching here. Looked like they were going to be held to another 3 and out down in their own red zone, but they were able to slip one behind the defense of Avon, which has been really good at pass coverage. And it's a big gain. It's now quarterback keeper for Hardesty. Hardesty with some strong running up on the right side of the offense. He goes down at about the 30. They're going to spot him probably about the 28-yard line, or in between the 28 and the 29. Here comes Hardesty back to the huddle. Avon defense trying to stop the run with 1:39 left to go. Hardesty doesn't really look like he can launch the ball far, but if he can find somebody open, he could definitely chip away yard by yard. So here they go again on 2nd down. Hardesty's going to keep this one. He's got a block out in front of him. He tries to avoid his man. That's the cornerback. That's number 6 of Avon, Noah Natras, with the tackle on the outside there to the left side. Sets up a 3rd down. Third and 5 to go with a minute left in the first quarter. Avon still on top, 7-0. Ben Davis, shotgun formation again, 3 receivers near side. Far side, Avon showing blitz. They bring the pressure, standing in the pocket. Nobody's there. And Hardesty just throws it way over the head of an Avon defender in no man's land. And on that covers DeAndre Davis. So 4th down and 5 for Ben Davis. Similar position to what they were on their opening drive. See if they can't fumble on this play, and we'll see if Avon decides to bring the house on defense. Still going shotgun formation this time for Ben Davis. 3 receivers. Near side, they're going to pass it. Goes over the top for his man. That's complete. Tries to avoid a defender, and he gets sandwiched in between 4 Avon defenders. Doesn't look like that's going to be enough for a first down. They might give it to him. And it is enough for a first down, so they do pick up the first down indeed. Number 17 of Ben Davis on the reception. He's also unlisted on the roster. A lot of players still not being able to mention because there's no number for them. Ben Davis keeps the drive alive so far after converting on 4th down, after they converted on 3rd down. Back earlier in their own end zone, and once again, 2 over-the-top passes just behind the Avon defense. Set up these first downs. 14 seconds to go in the first quarter. 7-0 score. Avon on top. Ben Davis. The pass is complete out to number 17 of Ben Davis. Hardesty with a good completion, but a loss of yardage. Avon defense, good cover-up, and that's the end of the first quarter. Avon still on top, but Ben Davis marching. The Orioles lead 7-0. You're listening to high school sports and watching Avon football on Audio Sports Online. Avon football is brought to you by Reynolds Body Shop. Reynolds Body Shop is a proud sponsor of Avon football broadcasts. They are conveniently located at 4325 West Washington Street in Indianapolis, just 4 stoplights east of 465. Their phone number is 317-243-2372 and are open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. Reynolds has been family-owned and operated for 30 years, specializing in collision repair. Reynolds Body Shop is also an insurance work specialist. Learn more about them on the web at www.reynoldsbodyshop.com. Avon has a rich wrestling tradition. Red Cobra Wrestling is proud to be a part of that. Red Cobra Wrestling offers training sessions run by nationally known coach Chad Red. Red Cobra Wrestling is located at 9233 East Highway 36 in Avon, across the street from Walmart, and behind the sidelines in the Red Brick Building. Red Cobra Wrestling offers sessions for all ages, including 3rd grade and under, 4th grade and under, and 4th grade and up. Learn more about prices, class schedules, and information at redcobrawrestlingacademy.com. Back here at Avon High School, where the Orioles are desperately trying to hold up against the Ben Davis offense that has been able to convert on some pretty clutch downs. Hardesty has been clutch on those downs, finding open receivers behind the defense of Avon. They were not able to rally to them in time. So far, they've held them to a 3rd down on their back when they were behind their own 20. And then they held him to a 4th down, which Ben Davis was able to convert. Now this time, let's see if Hardesty can break him into the end zone after they lost a couple of yards on the last play. Going up over the top, nobody's there, and the pass is intercepted in the end zone. That pass picked off by number 8, DeAndre Davis of Avon. Excuse me, that's number 9, Andrew Papa. Papa able to come away with the ball and set up an Avon first down. 2 back-to-back turnovers for the Ben Davis offense. First a fumble that they weren't able to recover, and then an interception thrown by Hardesty after they were so close to getting inside the red zone and breaking in. Interesting story about Ben Davis. Ben Davis last season was nationally ranked. They were one of the best football teams in the entire country. Puts them up there with Mater Dei and Bishop Gorman and IMG Academy. This time a good run here for Browden. Browden over a few defenders. He plows his way forward for a big first down run. Sets them up at the 35. But back to how I was saying, Ben Davis really has had a successful program, won a state championship a year ago with no trouble at all. Really, they steamrolled over opponent after opponent, and they were able to just take that momentum into the postseason. They played some pretty tough football teams this year. Lost some of their best players due to being seniors. This time they're going to hand off to Browder again up the middle. He's still trucking ahead. He gets to the 40-yard line. A hard-fought 5 yards for Browder. Just cruising and bruising his way through the Ben Davis defense. Anyway, when you think about being one of the best high school football teams in the country, it's definitely not one of the easiest things to do, and there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, being known for just absolutely bulldozing over opponents and doing it in just dominating fashion. But Ben Davis will probably see a little bit of a down year this year. Lost to Avon last Friday night. Avon right now is just on a roll. 2 straight victories over Plainfield. And now Ben Davis. Oh, and this time they got the Ben Davis defense to jump on that one. Fresh 5 yards for Avon. And a first down for the Orioles. So this time Justin Browder is going to come out for Avon after some good hard running. New fresh back will come in to accompany Cale Payne in the backfield. Here's Payne's shotgun formation. They hand off. They're running back. That was number 21 on that play. Christian McCray with the carry. Loss of about 2 on that play. Second down for Avon. On top, 7-0. 7:33 to go in the first half. Avon breaks huddle. They come to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation with one receiver out to the far side. Here's Payne. Man in motion. Flick it to him. That's number 8, DeAndre Davis. Davis plowing his way forward. He picks up a few extra yards after losing a couple. Sets up a third down. Third down and 6. You're the Ben Davis defense. You're going to have to hold strong on this down. Avon likes to go to those outside runs. But they've had a lot of success with them so far. One of those which breaking into the end zone to put them on top 7-0. These Ben Davis corners are a little bit undersized to be trying to shed these blocks and also tackle the runners. Avon has a lot of size on their team. Ben Davis mostly has a size in the middle and on the defensive line. Shotgun formation. They're going back. Whether they fake the flip and they hand off to McCray. McCray trying to spin his way off a couple defenders up the middle of the defense. So that's a fourth down for Avon after some hard running from McCray. Good tackling up front by Ben Davis defense. Setting up that tackle. Number 49, Caleb Kelly. Middle linebacker got in there. Avon breaks huddle, trying to keep their drive alive. It will be 4th and 3. They get set. Ben Davis defense trying to shift at the last moment. They can't do it. Browder with a run up to the right side. He picks up a first down. Keeps the drive alive for Avon to go. 5:30 left to go in the second quarter. Avon still on the march. Ben Davis defense just hasn't had an answer so far for what they can do here to try and stop the Orioles. It's been tough so far on that defensive side of the ball. The defense has been on the field a lot of this game. We've barely seen the offense of Ben Davis, which is a good thing for the Avon defense because they get a lot of rest. They've had 2 takeaways so far. They've only given up just a few first downs. Shotgun formation. He takes a snap. Payne pumps once. They set up a screen pass to Browder. Browder's got blockers out in front of him. He goes up the middle of the hole, and he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Avon. A touchdown pass from Payne to Browder. Avon strikes again on the outside. With 4:53 to go in the second quarter, Avon on top now. 13-0 in the extra point looming. Ben Davis defense still having a hard time trying to slow down the Avon offense. Had pressure on them at first, but they couldn't get the job done. They gave up a third down conversion earlier in the drive by Avon, and then Payne finds Browder for the end zone. PAT, that one is no good, just a little chip shot. So the score will still stand at 13-0. Avon on top. 4:53 to go in the second quarter. And once again, Avon still on the hot streak. Avon football is brought to you by Matthew Brahms' Uncle Mike. Thank you to Matthew Brahms' Uncle Mike, who has made a generous donation to support these broadcasts. Matthew Brahms' Uncle Mike watches our varsity broadcast each week all the way from Alaska. 050300. Avon Orioles riding a good hot streak so far. That last drive was all about Justin Browder, with hard running from him and then a screen pass to set up a touchdown down the near sideline. After the takeaway from the Avon defense, to set it up by number 9, Andrew Papa. The interception in the end zone. And then Avon drives all the way down the field. They strike again, but they miss the PAT. So, still a 13-0 score. 4:53. Avon still on top with the kickoff coming from Carson Homer. Homer with his hand raised, and this one is away. On that reception, number 9, Jamal Thomas. Thomas up the middle of the field, nearly gets to the 50-yard line for Ben Davis. Another good return by the Giants. That'll be first down at about the 48-yard line, 49. There is a flag in the back. Looks like it's probably going to be an illegal block in the back. And they're gonna send this one back. Right now, nothing going right for Ben Davis. Hard time on defense trying to stop the Avon Orioles, and a hard time getting their offense on the field and keeping it on the field. They have 2 turnovers in a row. The fumble, of course, off the mishandled snap, and then the interception in the end zone thrown by Hardesty, picked off by Papa of Avon. So they're going to set this one all the way back at the 19-yard line of Ben Davis. That's where they'll start their drive, inside their own red zone. 1st and 10. New quarterback in for Ben Davis. That's number 10, Juwan Swanson. Swanson with his first snap. Big drop back. He's going to launch this one way downfield. He's got a man there, and it's incomplete. Boy, he tried to go yard on that play. To number 21, that's Donnell Mason. Mason had the defense beat, just not enough speed to catch up with the pass. The pressure was coming from the Avon defense, and he had to get rid of it. Swanson, I was watching him earlier in the pregame, and he definitely looks like he's got some arm strength on this team. He's got a very nice, accurate pass, but that time pressure got to him, and he just had to throw that one up in a prayer. Swanson still in the game with his second snap. It'll be 2nd and 10. Off the incompletion. Shotgun snapped in, man in motion. They hand it to him, and he is immediately dropped in the backfield by number 58, Travis Farrell of Avon. On that carry was number 9, Jamal Thomas. Goes nowhere but backwards. Big loss of yardage. So on 3rd and long, 3:58 to go in the second quarter. Shotgun snap. Hardesty gets on the screen, and it's incomplete. They tried to go back to Jamal Thomas again. He couldn't haul it in. He tried to cradle it, so it'll be 4th down. It's like they're going to bring out the punt team this time. Ben Davis not trying to risk another turnover or a turnover on downs in their own end zone. First time we've seen the punt team for Ben Davis. They've been going for it every time on 4th down. Not really much success there. It's a long snap to the punter. They nearly blocked it, but this time he sends it way deep to Browder of Avon. This one is returnable. He's got a few blockers from him. He jukes out his defender. He's trying to get to the edge of the field. He is going to get caught from behind by a 3 Ben Davis defenders, and he is still on the ground, but they help him up immediately. Wouldn't really be good for Avon right now to lose their star player who's just put the team on his back. Browder has been an important piece of this offense. He's kept the last drive alive going for Avon. This time they're going to send number 21, Christian McCray. So they're going to send him in for him. And Cale Payne gets the call. So 1st and 10, Avon. Set up inside the 40-yard line. He takes the snap, they hand off to McCray. McCray goes outside, gets a few blockers from him, runs over a defender, and then he is hit up high and down low by a couple defenders, and he is dropped. Good outside run, pickup of 7 yards, 2nd down and 3 for Avon. 3:14 left to go, 13-0 the score. Avon with 2 touchdowns so far. 1 on the end around to Jake Leeper, and then 1 to Browder off the pass from Payne. Oh, and there looks like there's going to be a flag on this one as it's a free play. Not really much success on that one as a false start on the offense, so they're going to set them back 5 yards. Still remains 2nd down. Both teams got a little hyped up in pregame so far. You can definitely tell both were excited for this game. Both teams went through their chants. And each one was kind of taunting each other a little bit in their warm-up routines. A bit of clapping at each other and some talking going on, but so far it's been all Avon this game, throughout the first half at least. Second half could be a different story. 2:48 to go. And it's 2nd down. 2nd and 7 for the Orioles. Payne in the backfield with McCray. McCray is to his right side. He's got 1 receiver out to his right as well and 2 to his left. 1 man goes in motion from the left to the right. They give it to him. He tries to get outside. Stiff arms the defender, cuts back up the middle, and then he is wrapped up and brought down. That's number 8 of Avon. That is DeAndre Davis. Tried to get the jet sweep to the outside. Nothing really going there. Probably a gain of about 1 yard. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line on the near side hash. 2:20 to go. 13-0 score. Avon still in the lead. Avon breaks huddle. Payne with 2 receivers to his right. Also, McCray is to his right as well. He's got 1 receiver far side. Receiver goes from right to left. They fake the handoff. He's going to pass it over the middle, and that is way too short. The Ben Davis defense nearly jumped on it. Falls incomplete. Sets up 4th down for Avon. That's the first 4th down they've faced in quite a while. The 1:49 to go in the second quarter. See if Avon can convert here. They're going to go for it. I'd look for something to the outside if you were Ben Davis. They've had a lot of success with those plays. They're sending a lot of guys out to the far side over there. They send one to the right side. Payne. Shotgun formation, 4 defensive linemen for Ben Davis. He takes the snap. He's dropping back, looking. Pressure is coming. He tries to juke out the defenders. He runs into his own man, and he gets swallowed by the Ben Davis defense. And that's a big turnover on downs for Ben Davis. The Giants will set up back at the 45-yard line, and Payne wasn't able to escape. With 1:40 to go, the Giants with some momentum on their side after a big stop from their defense. Let's see if they can break into the end zone and put some points on the board to make it a 1-possession game. Hardesty is back in at quarterback after we saw a little bit of Juwan Swanson earlier. Tried to long ball it on his first play. Shotgun formation for him. He takes a snap. He's going up over the top. Beautiful ball thrown, and it's nearly intercepted, incomplete. That's intended for number 3 of Ben Davis, the unmarked man on the roster. Good hard running by him, but Hardesty's had a little bit of accuracy issues. He's had a lot of miscommunication as to where his receivers are going to be. And he's thrown some balls into no man's land where just nobody has been. Not sure if that has anything to do with him not knowing the playbook or him just assuming that some receivers are going to be there. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers split to the right side, 1 to the near side. Hardesty takes a snap and immediately tries to fire one into the slant. That's thrown incomplete. That was intended for number 21 of Ben Davis. That's Donnell Mason. That's 2 times in a row. 2 receivers haven't been able to haul in passes out to that side, try to cradle it in their numbers. It's just falling right through their hands. So 3rd and 10 for Ben Davis. Big stop from their defense to force a turnover on downs. And they're on the verge of going 3 and out. Tried to fake snap it there. Hardesty still in shotgun. 2 receivers split to either side. He takes the snap, and he's got pressure coming immediately. He rolls to his right. Now he stops. Now he tries to cut back up the middle of the defense. He avoids 2 defenders from Avon. And now he tucks it, and he runs toward the sideline, and he gets out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. That's going to be a 4th down for Ben Davis with 1:21 to go in the second quarter. 13-0 score for Avon, and back-to-back turnovers by the Ben Davis defense, by the Ben Davis offense. Avon expecting a punt. They're going with Justin Browder back to receive it. And Hardesty is going to punt this one for Ben Davis. He gets it, and he boots this one far. Browder has it. He cradles it. He's got a few blockers in front of him and some wide open field. Oh, and he tries to truck over a defender. Wasn't able to get anywhere. He gets to about the 30. maybe the 31-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 31-yard line. Sets up a first down with 1:10 to go in the second quarter. Avon in possession of the ball. The Ben Davis defense. Giants back out on defense after holding Avon to a fourth down and then a turnover on downs. Their offense wasn't able to capitalize on the good field position. They had it at the 45-yard line of their own side of the field. Now this time Payne with another design screen pass to Browder. Browder scored on this similar play. He's got blockers down in front of him, and he's going down the sideline. He's got a couple of cuts back to the middle of the field. No one is going to catch him now. Touchdown, Avon. Justin Browder with his second touchdown of the game off the same play. With 52 seconds to go, Avon puts another one on the board to close out the first half. And Avon was issued a sideline warning on that play. Ben Davis still not able to shut down the Avon freshman. And Justin Browder has been sensational in this game so far. That's 2 receptions and 2 touchdowns for him. PAT coming up for Avon. Carson Homer out there to kick it. They get another man on the field. Browder is on the sideline near the track. The field bent over, and he has a little trouble right there, and they do score the PAT, so the PAT is good. 20-0 score for the Orioles. So far, it's just been all Avon in the first half. Ben Davis defense doesn't have any answers so far, neither does their offense. Their offense has just been shut down, and their defense has just been trampled all over. So here comes the Ben Davis kickoff return team. The Avon kickoff team still on the sideline. Back to receive these kicks, number 9, Jamal Thomas. Number 21, Donnell Mason. Both of these guys have had good returns so far. See if they can set up another good field position start for their offense. The offense has been held to some pretty bad spots. And here comes the kick. You send it away. This one takes a couple of bounces inside the 15. Donnell Mason with that recovery, and he is stacked up at the 25-yard line. 47 seconds left in the second quarter. 20-0 score. Avon on top. Let's see if Ben Davis's offense can get going here on this. They've got 47 seconds to march down the field and at least try to get on the board. They've been shut out up to this point. 1st and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line of Ben Davis. Shotgun formation, and Swanson is in at quarterback in replace of Hardesty. Avon sends the blitz. He's got men coming. He launches it towards the sideline, and it's incomplete. Just trying to get rid of it. The Avon defense sending the house. Linebackers and everybody got involved on that play. And good coverage down the field. And that threw off Jawan Swanson. Swanson has had some pressure on him twice so far, and both times he's just had to get rid of the ball. The first time he launched it downfield about 40 yards, and it was incomplete. Swanson in the shotgun this time. He takes a snap, play action for him. It's quarterback keeper toward the outside. Voids one defender, gets out of bounds. And a flag flies in. He's hit by number 32. That's Ben Alvarez of Avon. I call this one on Ben Davis. See what the discussion is from the officials. They are indeed going to set this one back. So Ben Davis, just when they thought they had something positive going for them, they lose a yard. That'll be second down. 30 seconds left and the clock is ticking. Avon still on top, 20-0. Shotgun formation for Swanson. He's alone in the backfield. 3 receivers to his right side, 2 to his left side. He takes a snap. Pressure coming immediately. He flings it down the middle of the field. Jump ball for it. Intercepted! It's intercepted by number 52, Caden Matting. Matting still going, and a flag flies in at the end of the run back. As time expires off the clock, Swanson is intercepted by Matting. He runs it all the way back inside the 20. That penalty was enforced on Ben Davis. Good use of the tip drill there for Avon. Jumping up for that one was number 8. That's DeAndre Davis to swat that one into the arms of Matting. Matting was able to take it all the way back. And once again, the pressure from the Avon Orioles gets to Swanson again as he's forced to get rid of it off his back foot. And it costs him another turnover. That's 3 turnovers now for the Ben Davis offense. And the defense is back on the field for Ben Davis to try and stop Avon from breaking into the end zone. There's still 0 seconds on the clock. Looks like they're going to try a field goal on this one to put them up 23-0 at the half. The kick coming from Carson Halmer, and Halmer, no good. So Avon can't come away with a score to end the second half, to end the first half, but they do come away with 3 turnovers and a shutout throughout the first half. They'll go into the locker room with a pretty satisfied lead, 20-0. You're listening to the Avon football broadcast here on Audio Sports Online.
Good job, buddy. Colin, this is Mark Bless, the coach of the Gators. First time? It's my first year doing football. Yeah, you did a nice job.
Colin did a lot of basketball for us last year.
Yeah, I'm a high school senior, still at Western Boone High School.
You know Coach Kelly?
Yeah.
Yep, he's the coach with
Really?
All right.
With HR Brownsburg?
the 1 year he was at Mooresville.
All right, Coach, you ready?
I'm ready.
We have a special halftime entertainment today. Rob Kendall speaking with the head coach of the Avon Orioles, Mark Bless, doubling in as the Mark Bless show this week. Coach, great win on Friday night. You got to be super pleased with the way the team played.
Oh, yes, extremely excited for our guys. Very proud of our guys. They fought through some adversity towards the end of the game, and we always say control what you can control, and our players did that. There were some questionable calls, if you will, and our players didn't get wrapped up in it. They made the plays when we needed to, but just extremely proud of the team effort, the team victory.
Now, I didn't want to oversell on Friday night, but I called it the biggest regular season win in school history. Am I close?
In my era, I would say so. We're 0-9 regular season against Ben Davis. A couple years ago, we had that opportunity and kind of lost it at the last moment when Brandon Peters was our quarterback. So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it is.
Obviously, I've been covering you guys since you came to Avon, and before that, this team at this point in the season has got to be further along than any team you've had. They are just so impressive.
Well, I think the number one thing that helps us to maybe be in that status is that our defense is a strong defense with a lot of returning experience. And for an offense, it's still kind of, making sure we got the right pieces put together. It's a lot easier to rely on a strong defense as the offense grows and develops. And our special teams is pretty solid with experienced players as well.
We were talking before we came on air today about Samson James. Man, he runs hard. He has great vision. And you were saying he reminds you of another guy you coached some years ago.
Yeah. My very first year coaching at Terre Haute North, Anthony Thompson was a senior running back on that team. And there's so many qualities that Anthony had that Samson reminds me of. He's very unselfish. He's a determined, hard worker that's going to do the extra things and just very focused. Let alone the attributes that go on the field. So, yeah, I think Samson ranks up in top two with him and Anthony.
And obviously Love as the counterpunch, and we love Love because his brother Darian tweets at us during the ball games. That is such a great counterbalance.
Yeah, Jalen does a super job of coming in and being ready to go. He's hard to find with the size of our offensive line. Sometimes he's difficult to see coming through the line, and he'll stick his nose in there on pass protection. So really like what Jalen brings for us.
Let's talk about Henry Hessen. Man, he is not playing like a sophomore. I'm not saying he's Brandon Peters or Cameron Meisner yet, but that kid is solid.
He's very calm on Friday nights. He takes care of the ball, but yet he can extend a play and smart. He can figure out coverages pretty quickly. He showed a little toughness there tonight, took a pop out of bounds, and as he was coming off the field, I could tell his shoulder was a little bit out of place. Fortunately, it was his non-throwing arm, but he only missed one play. Now, to Mason Miller's credit, he stepped in. We called a little boot action for him, and he threw a strike. So it was really nice, and those two guys support each other so much. But Henry is really developing, and I think every Friday out, he'll get a little bit better.
Yeah, and he steps up so well in the pocket, Coach, especially for a kid his age. I mean, there was one play, I think one of the touchdowns he threw, where he just stepped right up amongst the defenders and threw a bullet for a touchdown.
Yeah, and I think it comes with the confidence of the offensive line. The guys up front are doing a tremendous job for him. So I think that helps Henry have a little more confidence, a little more poise in the pocket. But, he's got the moxie to be a quarterback, that's for sure.
How hard is it to balance those two guys? Because you got James, who's tremendous. You got Hessen, who's coming into his own. You really do a nice job of spreading those plays out and giving everybody a touch of the football.
Well, I really liked the way we opened up the game the other night with a little bit of trick play. We thought that
was that you?
That Coach, we installed it. Coach Moore is our offensive coordinator, but I gave the approval to open up with it if he felt good with it. So I'm not going to take all the credit here. Coach Moore called the play.
No, real quick. Does he have to get permission from you to do that first? I mean, he doesn't probably have to get permission to do a 32 dive.
No, he doesn't. We often talk about opening the plays that we want in the game, and especially the first play of the game, I think, a lot of times is a crucial start. And we thought Ben Davis would come downhill aggressive when they saw the first pass. And, it was a beautiful pass from Henry to Mason. Mason loaded up and delivered a strike to Wallace going down the field. So what a way to start the game. But then our second possession, we got 12 carries of Samson James in our offensive line right in your face, and we punched it in for a touchdown. The next possession was more of a throwing possession. So I think it was a good message by our offensive line, by our offensive coordinator, that we're going to do a little bit of everything tonight.
We were talking about the broadcast on Friday. One of the things that you have done so well since you got here is you guys you just reload. You don't rebuild. And it used to be that Avon would have some good teams. They had to rebuild. You guys just reload. How have you stockpiled this program that these kids we're seeing right now in the freshman game and JV games the next year? They're great on varsity level.
We've got very good assistant coaches, and they're willing to give. We've got, out of 20 coaches, we've got 11 that are volunteer coaches, and they love doing what they do. And they want to make our players better. And we do a lot of work year-round in the weight room, on movement, on speed and agility. So we've got a lot of people that care about our program that invest, our players and our coaches.
Let's talk about that front three on the defensive line. I was bragging on them after week 1. They were really good again week 2. It's a huge advantage to be able to only put 3 guys down and control the line of scrimmage.
Right. And we love what we get with our D-line. One end's Trey Howe, the other one's Matt Brom. In the center at nose is Nathaniel James. And then we're rotating in Jaden Williams and Julian Skinner. And it's refreshing because when they come in, I mean, there's a spark. And they get after it. And Coach Bombi, I think, puts them in a great position to make plays. And, that with our active linebackers, we like what we're doing right now.
We'll get you out of here on this. How great were the fans on Friday night? They were awesome.
Outstanding. Just outstanding. A lot of times I don't take time to notice the atmosphere. But the other night, midway through the game, I looked around, and it was such an amazing event. And our crowd, student body, parent support, just everybody did such a tremendous job giving us the support and the enthusiasm when we needed it.
I asked, one of your 7th grade coaches did the game with me on Friday night, and he's coached with you before, Sam Penrod.
Right.
And I said, Coach never seems like he yells that much. How do you know when he's upset? He goes, he gets really red. And I noticed that onside kick at the end of the game, you were really red.
I vented some frustration on that one because I still don't think it was a legal onside kick. Last year, the rule came out you can't have a high bounce onside kick. Well, the first one was not as high of a bounce as the second one, but it was still 8 to 10 feet in the air. So whose interpretation is it? Well, obviously it's the referee, and he makes the final call. But I tried to state a case and got overruled.
All right, Coach. Big game coming up Friday night, Southeastern. Real quick, what do they bring to the table?
Well, defensively, they're a 3-4, and they bring a lot of angle stunts up front, some blitzes off the edge. They got some athletic players now. They got a bunch of players that play with great effort and hustle. Offensively, they got a quarterback that sits in the pocket, and he's a tall kid. He's a big kid, about 6'4", and he can throw it pretty well, as well as some tall receivers, 6'5", 6'4", 6'3". So we're going to have to get after the quarterback and apply some pressure to get him to throw the ball out early. And offensively, we're going to have to do what we do, and that's a good mix of run and pass.
Coach, great win Friday night. Let's get a big win on Friday, and we'll talk to you next week.
Outstanding. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you.
And you can resume your craft.
And as far as like, I meant to bring this up, as far as like that extra person help me out, like I'm not asking you to pay them.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you already assumed that, but
Yeah,
I just want to be sure.
We'll get you a mic and everything, man. So,
Well, you probably don't have to. I could still use this one, and then I got my
Okay.
one at home.
But you need a cord.
That's true. Yeah, I'll need like an adapter cord or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I just need somebody. I was just seeing if somebody could help me out with the
Yeah.
cameras, all,
Yeah.
just so I can focus on the game, and then not have to worry about. Okay. played a whole 10-minute quarter first half. Now we're going to have 9 minutes.
I'm glad people on live get that.
Yeah, well, like, they couldn't tell you earlier?
I could have sworn Plainfield last week we played 9-minute or 10-minute quarters.
Interesting.
Welcome back here to Avon High School, where the Avon Orioles are really sticking it to the Ben Davis Giants. 20-0 your score. Fresh 9 minutes put on the board for the opening second half kickoff. Hardesty with an onside kick on this one. The ball is mishandled, and it looks like Avon is going to keep possession of this one. So good job there by the Avon kick return team to jump on it. Avon will start this drive at the 46-yard line. Avon back on the field to begin their second half opening drive. Shotgun formation for Payne. Man in motion, that's Leaper. And they're going to go deep on the first play. They got a man, and he's wide open behind the Ben Davis defense. He gets down to about the 20-yard line. Good pickup there for the Avon Orioles, and they keep the momentum going. That's a reception by number 1, Brendan Christ. He takes this one at the 22-yard line of Ben Davis. So already in scoring position, Avon with 8:28 to go in the third quarter. They're marching. Browden is back in the backfield. Payne, pistol formation. He takes a snap. They hand off to Browden. Browden breaks to the outside. He's got a blocker from him. Slides his way into the end zone. Another touchdown by Avon in only 2 plays. And that right there is Justin Browder's third touchdown of the game. 26-0, your score. Ben Davis defense comes out flat, and the Avon offense comes out firing. 8:05 to go in the third quarter. Extra point coming. And the kick is nearly blocked right there, but it is good. Avon on top, 27-0. Once again, Justin Browder showing out for his team. And another touchdown on the board for him. Sensational young man for the Avon Orioles. Avon football is brought to you by McNamara Florist. McNamara Florist has been Indy's hometown florist since 1954, providing home, business, hospital, and funeral home deliveries of outstanding fresh arrangements and plants throughout the greater Indianapolis area, including Avon. McNamara Florist is famous for its unique floral design for all occasions that help its clients express their emotions through flowers and floral giftware. Visit any of McNamara's Florist's 7 convenient locations for outstanding personal service in floral design, or to select from the renowned home decor merchandise, including stunning Christmas classes. Also, think of McNamara Florist to provide your floral needs for weddings, home parties, or corporate functions. Contact a sales representative for McNamara Florist at 317-579-7900 or visit their website at www.mcnamaraflorist.com. And the kickoff is away for Avon. This one goes into the end zone for a touchback. So Ben Davis will start at the 20-yard line. See if their offense can finally get something going and put something on the board. Not even a minute into the second half. Avon, 2 plays later, and a big run from Justin Browder to put them in the end zone. They're already up 27-0. Ben Davis back on offense. Reese Hardesty in shotgun. He's got a man in motion. That's Thomas. And they try to go up the middle. The run is nowhere. That's stuffed up by number 56 of Avon. That's Danny Nocoria. .7:45 to go, 27-0 the score. The Ben Davis offense has 3 turnovers so far in this game. They have had a fumble and 2 interceptions. One thrown by Swanson, the other one thrown by Hardesty in the end zone when they got inside the red zone of Avon. They weren't able to convert. Right there. Takes the snap and up the middle of the field. It's number 12, that's Elijah Marks. His first carry in a while. So that sets up a third down. Third down with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Still 3rd and 10. Ball still spotted at the 20-yard line. Ben Davis has gone nowhere so far. Hardesty on third down in the shotgun. 2 receivers split out near side. Pressure nearly gets him. Another interception is thrown. And once again, that is Avon. That is Hatting. That's Caden Matting with his second interception of the game. That sets up the Orioles yet again with good field position. Ben Davis with their 4th turnover of the game. Matting with a good hand so far. He got the last interception off a tip from DeAndre Davis, and he nearly ran it back for a pick 6. And he was stopped and a flag was thrown, and then now he leaps up and he makes another interception. Tries to run it back out to the same side of the field, but Ben Davis offense is able to stop him. Now the Avon offense back on the field to try it again. Browden is resting this time on the sideline. So, in his place, number 21, Christian McCray, and a timeout is immediately taken on the 1st and 10 with 6:30 to go in the third quarter to begin the second half. 27-0 the score. Avon still on top off of 3 touchdowns from Justin Browder. Justin Browder, the 5'8", 155-pound running back. It's had a sensational game, a lot of big runs and a lot of clutch plays to keep Avon and their drives alive. And has cashed in very well. He's had 2 receiving touchdowns so far, 1 rushing. The other touchdown was a run. It was a little bit of a shovel, a little bit of a give and go to Jake Leeper. And on the jet sweep, took it into the corner of the end zone. Then 2 screen plays, both from Payne to Browder to set up 2 touchdowns. And Browder, using his athletic ability, took one the distance of the field. Nobody caught him. And then he cut back in the middle of the field on the second one and took it to the opposite side of the end zone after he went down the near sideline. Payne this time in gun formation. They hand off to McCray. McCray up the middle of the field. He's scampering, trying to get to the outside corner of the pylon. He steps in and touchdown Avon yet again. Christian McCray with his first touchdown of the night. And only 1 play for the Avon Orioles. Boy, and this is becoming a slaughter on the Ben Davis Giants. You can definitely tell the morale on that sideline is taking a dive. And the PAT is up. This one is good. Avon with a 34-0 lead over the Ben Davis Giants. You're watching Avon Orioles football, the freshman team here on Audio Sports Online. Avon football is brought to you by Reynolds Body Shop. Reynolds Body Shop is a proud sponsor of Avon football broadcasts. They are conveniently located at 4325 West Washington Street in Indianapolis, just 4 stoplights east of 465. Their phone number is 317-243-2372 and are open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. Reynolds has been family-owned and operated for 30 years, specializing in collision repair. Reynolds Body Shop is also an insurance work specialist. Learn more about them on the web at www.reynoldsbodyshop.com. Here at Avon High School, where the Orioles are defending home field very well, 34-0 the score off the touchdown run from Christian McCray, and then 3 touchdowns for Justin Browder, and 1 touchdown from Jake Leeper. And the ensuing kickoff after the score. They've run a total of 3 plays so far, and this time it bounces off the return man, but it is recovered nicely by Ben Davis, so they will set up their drive at the 26-yard line of their own side of the field. Christian McCray, the backup to Justin Browder, he scampered into the end zone for a big touchdown run. Only took him 1 play to break in. So far, 2 scores in the second half, and both those scores have only taken a total of 3 plays to run. So here comes Swanson this time to play quarterback in place of Hardesty, sitting on the sideline. Juwan Swanson in the shotgun, awaiting the snap. Here comes a blitz from the Avon defense, and this time it's nearly intercepted, but incomplete. Instead, too high for his receiver, Christian Edmond, to reach out and grab it. Justin Browder had a break on the ball to try and get it and take that one back for a touchdown if he would have caught it. But fortunately for Ben Davis, that ball was way too high for any receiver to grab it. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. No loss of yardage on the play. Swanson coming back to the huddle. Here come the Giants. Swanson with Marks in the backfield. Set up to his left side. 2 receivers also to his left side and 2 to the right. Avon showing a blitz again. They hand off and immediately get back in the backfield to set him down. In on that play, number 55, Justin Large, and number 56, Danny Norokoya. Loss of about 4 on that play. 3rd down and 14 to go. Once again, still 5:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Ben Davis offense still not able to pick up a first down yet. They haven't picked up a first down so far in the second half. It took them a very long time to pick up one in the first half. They'll do a 3-and-out and then a turnover on their opening drive. Swanson with the snap. Goes over the middle of the field. This one is broken up. Incomplete, and there is a flag that flies down. That one was broken up by number 11, Jake Leeper. It's intended for number 17 of Ben Davis. He limps to the sideline. Penalty flag flies in. That one looks like it's going to be a loss of yardage for Ben Davis. And it is a holding on the offense. The penalty was declined. So, loss of a down on that one. 4th down. 4th and 14 to go for Ben Davis. And a timeout is taken on the field. So it's going to be taken by Ben Davis, so we'll take one as well. You're watching the high school football broadcast of Avon football here on Audio Sports Online. Avon football is brought to you by Red Cobra Wrestling. Avon has a rich wrestling tradition. Red Cobra Wrestling is proud to be a part of that. Red Cobra Wrestling offers training sessions run by nationally known coach Chad Red. Red Cobra Wrestling is located at 9233 East Highway 36 in Avon, across the street from Walmart and behind sidelines in the Red Brick Building. Red Cobra Wrestling offers sessions for all ages, including 3rd grade and under and 4th grade and up. Learn more about prices, class schedules, and information at redcobrawrestlingacademy.com. Still here at Avon High School, where the Avon Orioles are up 34-0 over the Ben Davis Giants. Usually with Ben Davis, you expect them to be a powerhouse all the way through, but this year, looks like they're going to be taking a dive, and Avon has been a team on the rise over the last few years. Been to a semi-state championship 4 times since the football team has started here at Avon. They came very close a few seasons ago to a state title, and this time they're going to punt it away. Ben Davis sends this one high in the air. It's not a long punt, but it's very short. And this one takes a bounce back, and this one's going to set up Avon with very good field position. Like I was saying, Avon this year looks like they just might go all the way. They've got a very good football team, a 2-0 start to the season. They blew out Plainfield to begin their season stretch, and then a win over the Ben Davis Giants, who were nationally ranked a season ago, and it also had an undefeated season that took them all the way to a state championship. These Orioles are looking tough, and they're going to be definitely one of the favorites to win their conference championship this season as well. The Hoosier Crossroads Conference, filled with teams like the Hamilton Southeastern Royals, the Noblesville Millers, who suffered a loss in their opening week to the Cathedral Fighting Irish. Also the Brownsburg Bulldogs, who, as we all know, Hunter Johnson is a Clemson commit. He went to Clemson, then lost the QB battle to sensational freshman Trevor Lawrence, and now he is at Northwestern University to continue his football career. One of the big schools in the Big Ten and one of the best schools in the Big Ten, and this time a good run. Right out to the right side of the offensive line. That is number 8, DeAndre Davis, with that run. Gets a good gain of about 5 or 4 on that play. Sets up a second down. A flag flies in at the end of the run. See what the call is. Flew in at just about the line of scrimmage. Holding call on Avon. So really the first penalty on Avon in a while. Well, it's something that doesn't go on Ben Davis. This is going to set the Orioles back. Really, the Orioles have only had a loss of yardage on a sack play and then a couple maybe miscommunicated runs where they've gone backwards a few times. But so far, the offense of Avon has been very efficient. 3 touchdowns from Justin Browder. 1 touchdown from Christian McCray. And 2 touchdown passes from Payne. Payne right here is going to pass one. He's going to go long ball down the middle of the field, and he nearly had his man. That one falls incomplete. Intended for number 4. That's Tamian Wellington. He got behind the defense, nearly would have caught it. And then he would have been drilled by one of the Ben Davis defenders, unless he could have made a miss. Here comes Payne to the huddle for Avon. And then the backfield this time they're going with DeAndre Davis. Browder and McCray have taken a rest so far. Here comes Payne in the shotgun formation. Payne fakes the handoff. He's got pressure coming. Screen pass. He comes back to get his receiver, and he is slung down at the original yard marker on that reception. DeAndre Davis. The setup design screen pass. It's a good chunky yardage out of that one to gain all those yards back, so it'll set up a 3rd and 10. This time Davis is going to come out. And Browder comes back in, so let's see if they try to do something to the outside here. They've had a lot of success on the edges of the field. 2 successful screen passes that have gone for touchdowns, both to Browder. And on jet sweeps by Jake Leeper, set up the first score of the game. Pistol formation this time for Payne. They give the handoff right up the gut to Browder. Browder busts over one of his own men, and he's going to set up a very short 4th down. 4th and 2 for Avon, and it looks like they are just going to go for this one here. They've had a lot of success on 4th down conversions. They've only had one where they had a turnover on downs, forced by the Ben Davis Giants. Ended up getting pressure and a sack on Payne, who tried to avoid all 4 of the Ben Davis defenders, and he was eventually corralled and dropped. See what they do here on 4th and 2. Browder is in the backfield, shotgun formation for Payne. Takes a snap, he's going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it himself. He gets to the outside, he picks up a 1st down and a lot more, and he is stopped by 2 Ben Davis defenders. And a flag flies in at the end of that play. It looks like there was some jawing at the end of it. See what happens here. It is a 1st down, though. That is for sure. Payne using his athletic ability and his legs to get to the outside. He fooled the entire defense. Everybody thought it was going to Justin Browder, and why not? They've been going to him all game. And the first run for Payne, he scampers to the outside. They're going to set this one back. This one looks like it went on Avon. So 1:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. Avon with 2 touchdowns in this 3rd quarter so far. Browder returns to the huddle. And Payne is not in the game so far. Let's see, it looks like Browder is going to take the snap. In his backfield, he's got number 22. It's Ethan Lathery. Browder waiting. He takes the handoff, and he hands off to Lathery. Lathery with some room to run. He stiff arms one defender, runs him over, barrels over another one, and refuses to go down. He gets outside about inside the 20-yard line at the 19. That's going to be enough for a 1st down for the Avon Orioles. And the drive continues with 19 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Avon once again in scoring position. They go ahead and take Payne out. And it pays off with another 1st down. So this time they're going to switch field position as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. And a fresh 9 minutes will be put on the clock for the rest of this game. And a 34-0 score. 3 touchdowns for Justin Browder, the sensational freshman, putting the Avon Orioles on his back. And right there, he hands off to his man Ethan Lathery, who picks up the first down, and a lot of run success going here for Avon. All but 2 of their touchdowns have been running touchdowns. 3 by Browder, 1 by Leaper, Jake Leaper. And 2 of the 3 touchdowns from Browder were screen passes that went for a lot of yards. And Browder, using his very tremendous athletic ability, able to break into the end zone and avoid every Ben Davis defender out there on the field. Christian McCray also accounted for a touchdown there early in the third quarter. Only took him 1 play to break into the end zone. Off the short punt from Ben Davis, they weren't able to have anything successful, and now Avon with the ball inside the 19-yard line. Once again, another handoff to Lathery. Lathery is wrapped up from behind and taken down by number 49 of Ben Davis. That's Caleb Kelly. Make the good stop there to avoid any other damage. So the ball is still at the 19-yard line. No gain on that play. It'll be second down. 30 seconds have already ticked off the clock here for the remainder of this game. Browder still playing quarterback out there. Cale Payne has stepped off to the sidelines for a little bit. Browder takes a snap and hands off. No, he keeps himself on the misdirection play. Stiff arms one defender and rolls down inside the 15-yard line. Nearly gets to about the 10. Another good run there from Justin Browder. It's a third down and short. Be 3rd and 4 for the Avon Orioles. 7:50 to go in the remainder of the football game. Cale Payne is back in at quarterback. $34-0 still the score. And Lathery stays in the game at running back. Ethan Lathery, 5'7", 160-pound running back. Justin Browder is going to take a seat on the sideline just for a little bit. Hand off to Lathery right up the middle. He goes right at the Ben Davis defense, and he's thrown down inside the 10-yard line. He gets to about the 5. They're probably going to spot him at the 6. That's a fresh set of downs for the Avon Orioles. So, 1st and goal to go for Avon. Off some great running from Lathery, Ethan Lathery, and Justin Browder. Cale Payne in the shotgun formation. 6:45 to go in the remainder of the football game. Payne takes a snap. He keeps it himself. He floats one over the sideline, the near side. That one is caught by number 5, Hudson Miller. Almost could break into the end zone, but Payne put a little too much mustard on that pass, and it was a little bit out of reach close to the sideline. So that Miller could grab it. A little bit of a short gain there. It puts them inside the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal. Actually, it's going to be a first down. There was a penalty called, so ball's still spotted inside the 5-yard line at about the 3. Fresh set of downs after the penalty. Or play action. Touchdown, Avon yet again. And a flag flies in the end zone after the play's over off the pass from Cale Payne. That one goes on Avon. It's a personal foul. Well, the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff, and the touchdown does stand, so that is 3 touchdown passes so far for Cale Payne. 6:07 to go in the remainder of the football game. Avon on top 40-0. And the PAT is coming now for the Orioles. Ben Davis defense has just had a really rough day so far. The whole Ben Davis freshman team has just had a really tough time. 4 turnovers on offense, and then 40 points allowed by the defense. The Giants have just been taken it to, and this PAT is blocked, and they're going to call that one dead. That one blocked by number 1. That's Goodlow. That's Donquez Goodlow. So that's 2 PATs so far that have not been good for the Orioles, but it doesn't really matter because they still hold a big margin of 40-0 over the Ben Davis Giants. 6:07 to go. If you're Ben Davis, probably just want to run this football game out, get back on the buses, and head back to Indy. Avon had a strong showing so far in front of their home crowd. Been a lot to cheer about if you're an Orioles fan. On the kickoff, Carson Homer. He's having it held for him by number 43, Juan Mondragon. And this one is away. It takes a little bit of a bounce and it is recovered by Thomas of Ben Davis, and Thomas gets across the 50-yard line. And good field position so far for Ben Davis. Let's see if they can try to get in the end zone on this last drive. The Avon defense, though, hasn't given up much. They're still dominating this one. 3 quarters have gone by and 3 touchdown passes each for Justin Browder and Cale Payne. 2 of those touchdowns have been accounted for by Justin Browder. 2 touchdown passes thrown by Cale Payne to Browder, and then 1 touchdown pass in the end zone off the play action. 6 minutes. Now here's Hardesty. Hardesty on the quarterback keeper. He scampers ahead for first down. A flag flies in at the end of the play. This one looks like it might come back. Well, 5:29 to go. Ben Davis has just been flat out dominated in this game by Avon. And already they get a penalty called on them on the first play of the drive, and it was a good play. It would have been a first down, but now it's going to be set back. Set back full 6 or 7 yards. Hardesty in the shotgun. Shotgun snap to him. Hand off to Thomas right up the gut. Good short gain on that play. Gain of about 3 on that one. Another penalty flag comes in. A lot of penalties have been thrown this game. Avon really has only had a couple thrown on them. Ben Davis has had the majority of the penalty yards. Timeout is taken by Avon. Well, another personal foul penalty called. And still a first down for the Giants. Man in motion for them. Takes a handoff, and he's nearly dropped in the backfield. He's going to be corralled by a lot of Orioles. He goes down. And on that was Christian Edmond, who got that carry. He loses a lot of yards on this one, about 4. Sets up a 2nd and 14. 4:30 to go. 40-0 score for Avon. Avon really with only 1 or 2 turnover on downs. They haven't really given up any legitimate turnovers so far in this game. Ben Davis, though, with 4 on offense. Offense is stalled. Hardesty takes a snap. He escapes the pocket, and he's going to run. He gets a blocker in front of him. He's going to pick up the first down, tries to barrel over a defender, and he is walloped out of bounds. And on that tackle, number 4, Tamian Wellington. Wellington lays the boom on Hardesty. But he does pick up the first down, so he keeps the drive alive for Ben Davis. Giants with the first down in a while. It comes late in the fourth quarter, 3:43 left in the football game. Still trailing 40-0. If Ben Davis just try and run the clock out on this one and get back on the buses, head home. Going shotgun formation still this time. Avon showing a 3-man front. Here comes the blitz. Hardesty hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. That was intended for number 21, Donnell Mason. Mason wasn't turned around in time. Hardesty was hammered in the backfield by one of the Avon defenders. Looked like number 56 was in there. That's Danny Naroke. Clock keeps on running even after the incomplete pass. .257 to go. Shotgun formation. Swanson is in this time. Blitz coming. It's a run play this time designed, and it goes nowhere. Number 12, Elijah Marks with the carry. That sets up a 3rd down. Third and about 9 for Ben Davis. Similar position before. They break huddle in at quarterback this time is Donquez Goodlow. Goodlow's first action under center tonight. He's in the shotgun right now. And Davis has been shotgun all game. Avon with blitz coming. It's going to be a sack this time for the Avon defense. They immediately get to him. That's number 52, Caden Matting, with the sack. Also number 54, Derek Shaw got in there. And 56, Danny Naroke. 1:36 to go. Avon's going to come away in dominating fashion with a big win here at home. This Avon freshman team is definitely one of the most dominating freshman teams around. They have not allowed a single point all season. On defense, they shut out Plainfield last week, 48-0. And this week, it looks like they might do the same. This time, it is incomplete, almost intercepted. And that play is incomplete. Goodlow's pass was tipped up in the air for just a moment. It was about to be dived for by a couple of Orioles, but they all ran into each other, so Turnover on downs. 46 seconds left, and Avon is going to get their second shutout win of the season with a 40-0 victory over the Ben Davis Giants. Probably one of their biggest wins of the season. They have won their last few games by a combined 88 points. And they've held their opponents to 0 so far, so still big goose egg in that column for points allowed. Avon defense, one of the most dominating around. And they get a big statement win here against the Ben Davis Giants to keep their undefeated season alive. And the varsity and the freshman team are still undefeated on the season. No one looks to challenge them yet. Big win here tonight for the Orioles. So, final seconds tick off the clock. And that's the end of this one. Thank you for joining us here on Audio Sports Online for tonight's football broadcast of the Avon Orioles and the Ben Davis Giants, where Avon comes away with a 40-0 victory. I'm Colin Bruns, signing off.